Hello and welcome to my channel. I wanted to show you one row repeat crochet stitch. You can do a scarf, a blanket, but I think this is nice for a scarf also. The scarf, I think it's 1 meter and 80 centimeters and it's wide as 14 centimeters. For this scarf I chained 230 chains. So you're gonna chain a long chain as long as you want the scarf to be. You can attach tassels or you can leave the scarf without tassels if you like. And each tassel I put 5 strands of yarn, so each tassel has 5 strands of yarn. You can put less, you can put more, depends, and the distance between the tassels, it's up to you. For this scarf, I think you might need, if you are to attach tassels, it's best to have at least 300 grams of yarn. Now depends how wide you want the scarf or how long. Yeah, maybe you don't need 300 grams if you make for a child. Yeah. The scarf is very easy, goes really fast. You can finish this less than a day if you are determined to finish the scarf. The stitch is reversible. Front and back, it's the same, and you can do this with any yarn size you like. Okay, the stitch, like I said, is very easy. For this stitch you can chain any numbers of chains, odd, even, it doesn't matter. So when you chain for this scarf, you're gonna chain a long chain. Like I said, mine has 230 chains. I'm gonna do a small sample. The stitch 1 row repeat goes really fast. So I'm gonna use a different yarn. So this yarn recommends that I should use 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. So I'm gonna work with that. So after you chain your long chain, depends how long you want the scarf to be, we're gonna work on the back of the chain. So this is the front, and if you flip this is the back, and you will see bumps. These bumps. So what you're gonna do, we're gonna work on the back of the chain. So we're gonna skip the first chain, and into the second chain from the hook we're gonna flip this, and we're gonna go underneath that bump, and the bump has only 1 strain of yarn. You're gonna pull the yarn and you're gonna do a single crochet. So this row is gonna be single crochet in each chain. So you move to the next chain and you see the bump right there, and you're gonna do a single crochet in each chain. This one goes really fast. It's quite nice, this one, even for men. I think with a thinner yarn, maybe for a man, but even the ladies can use this stitch. So in each chain we're gonna do single crochet, and this is how you're gonna finish the last row of your scarf, with a single crochet in each stitch. Okay, last chain, and we're gonna go through the bump, that 1 strain of yarn, and we're gonna do a single crochet. Now chain 1, turn your work, and this is gonna be the stitch that you're gonna repeat until you finish your project, whatever you choose to do. So now, as you can see, especially for you guys, the beginners, the stitches looks like a V. Yeah. So we're gonna work only with the back loop. So this is the front loop, and this is the back. So the first stitch, it's here. We're gonna go through the back loop. Yeah. So the front loop is gonna be pushed. You're gonna pull up a loop. We're gonna move to the next stitch, and through the back loop only, we're gonna pull up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, pull the yarn through all 3 loops. Now we're gonna go back into the last stitch that we worked. You're gonna go in there, pull up a loop, move to the next stitch, through the back loop, pull up a loop, and you see the front loop, it's right here in front. So pull the yarn to the 3 loops, go back into the last stitch that you worked, pull up a loop, move to the next stitch, through the back loop, pull up a loop, 3 loops, pull the yarn through all 3 loops. And again, we're gonna go back into the last stitch that we worked, pull up a loop, move to the next stitch, pull up a loop, pull the yarn through all 3 loops. And this is the stitch that you're gonna repeat. Just don't forget to go back into the last stitch that you worked and pick up a loop, move to the next stitch, through the back loop, pick up a loop, 3 loops, pull the yarn through all 3 loops. And we're gonna do like this until we finish the row. Move to the next stitch, through the back loop, and so on. Yeah, it's a very easy stitch to work for a beginner, or even if you're advanced and if you like the stitch, you can work this in no time. So now at the end, we're gonna go back into the last stitch that we worked, pick up a loop, we have the last stitch, so we're gonna go also through the back loop into the last stitch, pick up a loop, 3 loops, pull the yarn through all 3 loops. Now at the end, you have here, we're gonna go here. So yarn over the hook, we're gonna do a half double crochet through that. See. Okay, now pull the yarn through all 3 loops, chain 1, turn your work, and now you see how it forms. See? So when you put the scarf on you, because it's a long chain, the scarf is gonna be like this, and this is gonna be what is gonna show. So we're gonna repeat. First stitch is here, through the back loop, pull up a loop, move to the next stitch, through the back loop, 3 loops, pull the yarn through all 3 loops. Now we're gonna go back into the last stitch that we worked, pull up a loop, move to the next stitch, through the back loop, pull up a loop, 3 on the hook, pull the yarn through all 3. Don't forget to go back into the last stitch that you worked, and then you're gonna pick up the next stitch. You move to the next stitch, and so on. And this, it's gonna be so nice. You can work with a thin yarn also, but that is gonna take some time. You can do this for a hat, for a, I don't know, so many things, a vest, blanket. Is 1 row repeat, the stitch is reversible. Just let your imagination bring your project. So now at the end we have 1 more stitch here, so we're gonna go into the last stitch that we worked, gonna pull up a loop, we move to the last stitch, through the back loop, pick up a loop, 3 loops, pull the yarn through all 3 loops, and now yarn over the hook at the end here, right here. We're gonna go in through that, and we're gonna do a half double crochet. Now chain 1, turn your work, and now you're gonna repeat. First stitch is here, go through the back loop, pull up a loop, move to the next stitch, through the back loop, and so on. And this is gonna go so fast, and you know, because we work through the back loop, it's gonna give you like a ridge. I think this stitch worked normal through the stitch, through the full stitch. It's called the candy stitch, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But this, if you want some definition of the stitch, you can work through the back loop, like I'm showing you now. And this goes so fast. So now at the end, we're gonna pick up the last stitch, the back loop, and now here we're gonna go yarn over the hook, and we're gonna go right here, and we're gonna do a half double crochet. Yep, it's gonna look like this. So you see already these are formed. So now let's say you finish your project, you want to close the work, because we start with 1 row of single crochet in each chain, we're gonna finish with 1 row of single crochet in each stitch. So when you reach the end, after you do the half double crochet at the end there, you're gonna chain 1, turn your work, and the first stitch is here. You're gonna go in there and through the stitch, no back loop. You should have 2 strands of yarn, yeah, like normal single crochet. I'm gonna do single crochet, move to the next stitch, single crochet, next stitch, single crochet, and so on. And this will complete your project. Especially if you do a blanket, you will have at least the 2 sides, the bottom and the other side. For a blanket, maybe you will have it like this if you want. So you're gonna chain a long chain, as long as how long you want the blanket to be, if you want this style. And you're gonna attach a border if you want, so you will have the stitches right there. So you have the last stitch here, and we're gonna go in the corner there, and we're gonna do a single crochet also at the end there. Okay, so you're gonna chain 1, pull up a loop, cut the yarn, and then hide the tail. So this is how it's going to look when you finish. So the scarf, it's quite nice, goes really fast, this stitch, and I use 3 colors for this scarf. So a dark gray, a light gray, and at the end white. You can do with variegated yarn, I think will look nice, depends now the variegated yarn how it is, but this one is quite nice to do. A scarf, you can, like I said, you can use any yarn size you like. So it's quite elastic, because this yarn recommends, the scarf that I'm showing you now, the yarn recommends at the most 3.5 millimeter crochet hook, but I go with half number bigger, 4.0. So it's a little bit loose, it's not so sturdy and dense. So if you want for like a rug, or I don't know what else, maybe a dishcloth or whatever, use the exact yarn, the crochet hook that the yarn recommends, and you're gonna have it like compact and sturdy. For a scarf you need a little bit loose, and doesn't have openings even with a 4.0 millimeter crochet hook. So you can use any yarn you like, give it a try. You might enjoy this this stitch as a scarf, as a blanket, as a vest, a hat, so many things you can do. Well, thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye bye.